Welcome back to Shaner'S Rant. I was in a happy mood in between these episodes today until I opened up this fake beer, PC Blonde, that was on sale. I was uptown, forgot to go in and get it on sale. Damn. Pisses me off again. Just pisses me off again. It's half price. Half price. Gotta get it while it's half price, man. Anyways, second episode of the day. Managed to fix the clock on the computer today, so we're all aligned. And we'll start with the first clip. Shrink myself down here. My man Pierre.
Here goes Polyev again, ranting and raving in the House of Commons about excessive government taxation. Why is he always rattling on about that? Well, here's one of the reasons why. Over here is the American Bar Association's monument to the Magna Carta, the Great Charter. But I'm not in America. I'm in England. We're in the fields of Runnymede. Magna Carta was an English document that was signed here between King John and the barons hundreds of years, half a millennia, before the creation of the United States. So why did these lawyers come and put this monument here? Why did they think it was so important? Because that document was the legal foundation that led ultimately to American freedom, Canadian freedom, Australian, New Zealand, and other countries have taken their freedoms. And one of the most important freedoms of all that was written down.
Let me go back, see if I can fix this. Oh, are you for freaking real?
Freedoms of all that was written down in the Magna Carta was what became known as no taxation without representation. In other words, the Crown can't tax what the people have not approved. And herein lies the history of what became known as the American Revolution. At the Boston Tea Party, the people rebelled because across the pond in London, the authorities were raising taxes without the ability of those in what became America to vote on it. That was no taxation without representation. They said we, as Englishmen, and they were still Englishmen, have the right to a say if the government wishes to take our money. This is the core principle of public finance that separates our parliamentary system from so many other places in the world.
All right, I'm sorry. I think I've got it fixed here.
Finance that separates our parliamentary system from so many other places in the world, and at so many times in history for countless
this is the shits.
Generations, centuries, really.
Sorry, folks. That was awful, awful, awful internet there. Moving on. By now, this next bit is 2 days old, so everybody's heard how. Let me close this. Why this keeps popping up? This computer's giving me nothing but hassle. So everybody's heard how the United States has suspended permanent joint board on defense, an 86-year-old Canada-U.S. military alliance that has survived since World War II, the Cuban Missile Crisis, the Cold War, and even 9/11. According to reports, the Pentagon directly referenced Prime Minister Mark Carney's recent Davos speech while announcing the pause. So that's been in the news the last couple of days, and it's just awful. So just, you know, it's Carney causing the wedge between the U.S. and us even further. I don't know what they're going to do with this, but they got to come to terms. You know, Carney was elected on the whole premise of his campaign was he was going to get a deal. He would stand up to Trump. And what did he do? He goes to the White House and he's slapping his hand on his knee and he's laughing at Trump like, "Ah, you're so funny." And what did he do? He backed down from Trump, and a lot of the tariffs doubled. So he still didn't get a deal. He didn't get the deal by July 21st, 31st, what was it last year? But hello, it's almost a year ago. Still no deal. And, you know, the Kuzma review's coming up. You know, where's this master plan that he had a year ago? The whole reason that he was elected. What has happened? And now this. Like, the U.S. really doesn't need us. You know, we're bragging that we're finally putting the 2% of the GDP into the military when we haven't been for years. And that's not good enough. And it hasn't been good enough. And it's really not good enough because we don't measure up to what NATO expects or even the United States expects for our North American defense. They're not going to protect our asses. We will be invaded. Then what? Then what? Won't be the U.S. invading us. We're invaded already. We got all these other entities coming in already. Hello, China. There's literally, what they announced just last month, over 150,000 illegal immigrants here that are undocumented. Like, they don't know where the hell they are. Well, they're probably delivering your Amazon. And we're back. Moving on. Moving forward. Here we go. Next clip is from Northern Perspective. Great podcast. These people rule. Very smart couple. Awesome podcast. Give them a follow, please. Check them out on YouTube. And they also put clips on Facebook. Let's give this a listen. This is with regards to Bill C-22. And this is quite funny.
I agree with the entire Liberal caucus. I never thought I would find myself in the position of not just agreeing with one Liberal, but agreeing with the entire Liberal caucus.
What in effect has been the law of Canada, and indeed the common law throughout countries that follow the common law, and which applies, the criminal code applies to all of the jurisdictions in Canada, what in effect has been our jurisprudence for literally hundreds of years, which that there are limits on the powers of the state to intrude into the privacy of people's homes. And if you're going to break through that line and cross over that border and that frontier, you have to have the approval of the courts before you can do so.
Proponents of greater state surveillance say you have nothing to be worried about if you aren't doing anything wrong. But that attitude, apart from sounding like it comes from Big Brother's two-way television monitor, ignores the fact that individuals can suffer the consequences of surveillance even if they have done nothing wrong. You will never know you were added to such a database because the service provider could not legally disclose that the information has been released, and as a result, your life prospects may change for legally associating and speaking with those who were similarly engaged in legal speech and discussion. You happen to walk by a protest, say a G20 protest, and you stop with your friend to observe this because it's something that you don't see every day. Or you visited an Occupy camp or were a passive spectator, you, the cell phone subscriber, can find your information sent to police and entered into a police database. And because of Section 23 of Bill C-30, the telecommunications service provider would be prohibited from disclosing to a subscriber that his or her basic subscriber information has been submitted upon request to a law enforcement agency.
My question to the member is, this government has this nasty tendency to want to go into in-camera, which stops the public from being able to participate or listen in as to what is actually being talked about in committee. I'm wondering if this member can provide information to this House or assurances that the government will not have in-camera sittings during the discussions on this important bill when it goes into committee. Can he provide Canadians that assurance?
Go Liberals! C-22.
From 12 years ago.
From 14 years ago. 14. I agree with...
Oh, wow. How things have turned around. More on this issue. Pierre Poilievre warned Canada not to drift into a new world order aligned against the United States. Today really hit hard. Pierre's been down there trying to salvage the relationship. The U.S. ripped up an 86-year-old defense board agreement after Mark Carney's Davos-style globalist message damaged trust with our largest trading partner and closest ally. Canada's economy, security, and energy future depend on the United States. This is very true. Very true. And we're moving on. We're back. Now, I got a funny guy I gotta pull up here. This guy, Ron Butler, I don't know how he ended up on my Facebook feed, but he's my new favorite guy. I don't know the first thing about this guy. But I think he's what inspired me for all my cussing on the first episode today. Because this guy, straight shooter, he talks how I talk, and I'm trying not to talk anymore. It actually kind of, if I grew my hair out a bit and shaved we could be brothers. Probably about the same age. Anyways, this is his thoughts. Ron Butler, USA. I don't know anything about this guy. He's a mortgage guy, I guess. I don't know how he ended up, like I said. But this guy was a hoot. And I agree with him. So here we go. This is not me saying it. I'm not swearing. This is him.
Fucking done with this shit. Done with it. The fucking Indigenous land claims, fucking done. Like, I've done this stuff on the couch and thing and out in Richmond, British Columbia. Now they're popping up all over the fucking place. We had the big meeting of the big convention of the tribal chiefs convention. Like, there's a free bar and a fucking trade show. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, convention of the chiefs. Yeah, land claims popping up all over. We got a land, in Ontario. We got a whole river system where there's like London, Ontario, and other places. Yeah, we're gonna need that all back. And the guys at Ottawa Valley want to get started. Like, enough for this bullshit. Okay, hey, I believe that the Aboriginal people of Canada were abused for decades. They were. Sure they were. Okay. I also believe that I'm not a fucking settler. No, fuck yourself on that. I'm not a settler, okay? Just fuck yourself. So, but yes, abuse, bad behavior, terrible treatment, sure. Got to be some compensation, but actually billions and billions and billions flow to Aboriginal people every year in Canada from the federal government and some provincial governments. Yeah, billions. They get cut in for free to mining. They get cut into free for energy, cut in for like even the electricity lines crossing the land, lots of money there. So I'm sorry it happened, but you can't have any claim on any fucking land anymore, okay? Fuck that noise. Yeah, you won't, maybe pipeline stuff negotiate, it's all fine, you can negotiate, but you can't just say we want to own this land, we want to be double registered on title. I know people are going to run around saying, well, maybe that's not what we're really wanting, but maybe it's different than that. Fuck off. We just don't need it. We don't need it in Canada. We got other fucking problems in Canada, and we sure as fuck don't need this. We sure as fuck don't need a bunch of bullshit about, yeah, I mean, we're going to run this through the court for 7 years, it's going to be millions and millions of dollars, and we might get a claim there. Fuck off on your claims. Hey, Doug Ford, wake the fuck up in Ontario. Wake up, Doug Ford. Just put through an act in the provincial legislature banning all Aboriginal land claims. Oh, but Ron, it's federal. Fuck off. Do the notwithstanding clause. You do it for bike lanes. Do it for fucking land claims, okay? Like, enough of this shit. Nobody wants it. 95% of the people don't want it, okay? Leave my fucking property alone. Fuck right off on your claims about you own something that I paid for. Like, just fuck that noise. No more. Doug Ford, wake up. Stop it from happening. I am fucking done with this shit.
Well, you gotta admit, the guy makes a point there. Oh, man. I don't swear as much as him, but maybe on whiskey or something like that, but I don't touch that shit anymore. Yeah. I don't know what he's drinking, but I'm not even saying that he's drinking, but sounds like he's had a couple anyway. Oh, man. Let's end this episode a little bit early. We're at 16:53, 54, 55. And it's time for the funnies, folks. You ready? All right, first joke. What do you call Watson when Sherlock isn't around? Homeless. Oh, that was a good one, right? Oh, this is good. Let's get this queued up. Did you know if you go to bed in full armor, it's the best way to get a full night's sleep? What else we got? Sorry, I gotta scroll through a bunch of stuff here. All right. Now we're set. We're set. Why don't spiders go to school? Because they just learn everything on the web. This is a short episode. So this is what happens when I don't do like an hour-long episode and I cut everything down. Do you like it better? Oh, wow, this is really early. Maybe I should do another video. Maybe some bonus footage. And we're back. Well, that's it for this episode. Short one. I guess you're happy for that one. Anyways, thank you for spending time with me. It's been a blast. And hope you learned a thing or two, as I did. And hit like, subscribe, tell a friend, telephone, leave a comment. Still no comments. I don't know. People click on it. I don't know what's going on out there. Let me know. Anyways, yeah, great big thank you. You have been a dynamite audience, and you deserve to give yourselves a round of applause. Indeed. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other. God bless, and all that